So I will officially say good morning. Thank you. My name is Imani Countess. I work with the American Friends Service Committee in Philadelphia, and I have the honor of co-chairing the Jubilee USA Network Board of Directors, co-chairing with Pat Rumer, who you'll meet in just a minute. I think, as most of you in this room know, the Jubilee USA Network is an alliance of more than 80 religious denominations, faith-based organizations, human rights, environmental, development, and labor organizations who come together since 1997 to work toward building the political will to cancel international debt and to fight global poverty. This year has been a very special year for us, the Sabbath year. 7 years after the historic Jubilee 2000 campaign. In the Jubilee scriptures, every 7 years, slaves were to be freed, lands to lay fallow, and debts canceled. In this Sabbath year, Jubilee USA Network has been working to address the unfinished agenda on debt, to build on the successes of debt relief to date, to address the challenges and shortcomings of the current debt relief programs, and to expand the promise of debt cancellation to all nations that need it to meet the Millennium Development Goals. Jubilee USA's central initiative in this Sabbath year has been the Cancel Debt Fast, which officially concludes today. The Cancel Debt Fast has been a rolling fast for debt justice led by Reverend David Duncan, who today marks his 46th day of a water-only fast. Reverend Duncan. Well, David's fast has been the most visible as he has made more than 200 visits to congressional offices since September 6th. More than 14,000 Americans nationwide have joined David with his fast, fasting a day or more. Jubilee supporters in 33 states have made more than 10,000 handwritten paper plate letters calling for debt cancellation, and those letters, those plates will be delivered tomorrow to congressional offices. Supporters of the One campaign have written more than 40,000 letters to Congress urging support for the Jubilee Act. The fast has also been joined by two African presidents, former African presidents. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, former president of Zambia, and will be joined by a member of parliament from Zambia later in the program, as well as Dr. Benjamin Mkapa, the former president of Tanzania. And we're very pleased to have also on the program the ambassador from Tanzania. This campaign, as is indicated by the broad participation, including the African presidents that I've just mentioned, has not merely been in the United States. This week, as part of the Global Week of Action on Debt, there are activities and events like this one planned in more than 58 countries on 6 continents. The initiative, all of this work, all of our work this year, and the fast in particular, has been in support of the Jubilee Act for expanded debt cancellation and responsible lending. The Jubilee Act of 2007 would do a number of things. It would cancel the debts of up to 25 additional countries not currently eligible for cancellation, if those nations have good public financial management policies and commit to using the funds to fight poverty. It would end harmful economic policy conditionality, policies like user fees and privatization of water that undermine the promise of debt cancellation. The Act challenges the deplorable practices of the so-called vulture funds, which are eroding the gains of the Jubilee movement. And it also would establish an audit of past lending and set more responsible lending practices for the future. Even after the G8 debt deal in 2005, the most impoverished nations still spend an average of $100 million each day to service their debts. Money they cannot spend on food, education, health services, and other necessities. Cancellation of these debts is needed to reach the UN Millennium Development Goals of cutting worldwide poverty in half by 2015. We are tremendously grateful to everyone in this room, our religious leaders, our members of Congress, our partners and friends who brought us to this point. On behalf of the Jubilee USA Network, we thank you and welcome.